And let's tell you, we have more details now coming in from this Chief Judicial Magistrate's order, viewers, that came 2 days ago. An order that put the record straight. An order that clearly said police will not be getting custody of Arnab. An order that clearly said this is not a case that's made out for police custody because they didn't even approach the court when they wanted an old 2018 suicide case to be reopened. An order that gives out great details about why a suicide case at such a point of time should not be reopened. But I'm going to go across to the prima facie things that she has said. She said prima facie basis of the crime cannot be established. Viewers, as the witch hunt something, the package that you just saw shows, Arnab had started investigations in several cases, in several subjects, and then it went on to an old 2018 case. This is a calculated thing that had been decided at the very top level. Our sources within the government tell us that this is something they were mulling and thinking about since August. So they needed some case, something to arrest Arnab. This is arrest Arnab campaign had begun much before. They needed him to be in police custody, but that hope of theirs was dashed by a very strong, a very forthright Chief Judicial Magistrate who came out and upheld the law of the land. I go across to some of the things that she had written in an 11-page order. She said prima facie basis of the crime cannot be established. She said prima facie link between the accused and the incident is not even established. She said there is no correct, independent and legal reason to grant police custody. This is a 5-hour marathon hearing. Our lawyer told the courtroom that there is no case. This is a civil case. How can you even give a criminal interpretation to it? She said there is no solid evidence on the incident that took place in 2018. Viewers, take this into consideration. Let this please sink in. The entire incident takes place in 2018. Suddenly, 1.5 years later, she says there is no solid evidence that you suddenly arrest him. Before you arrest a person, you can give summons, you can give a notice, but suddenly barging into someone's house, dragging them out, hurting them, torturing them can only speak of vendetta. She went on to say the chain has not been established by the police. There is no strong reason why previous investigation was not completed by them. Therefore, I am not going to grant police custody. There is no evidence to confront the accused with the police. Shockingly, but not so shockingly, the police arrested him and demanded 14 days of police custody. Viewers, in today's India also, Niranjan, we know police custody is something that is dreaded and it should be given of dreaded gangsters or in very big cases when some accused is trying to run away. But to a man who's being an independent journalist who's trying to unfurl everything that's happening wrong in certain investigations, the police demands in a closed case police custody, which is rejected outright by the Chief Judicial Magistrate.
You know, Rhythm, I have some the observations and from the copy, from the order that was passed, I want to read out some of those excerpts because it's very important. The judge, the CJM in the order noted that after taking note of the reasons of objections to police custody, it seems that the arrest of the accused itself is illegal. I repeat, it seems that the arrest of the accused itself is illegal. After examining the documents closely, the incident that occurred, the death of 2 people, the relation between the 2 people, also the relation between the accused, relation with the accused should be established before seeking police custody. If the sequence of the incident is constant, only then can the accused be linked to the incident and the police custody can be accepted. If for the sake of arguments we consider that the accused number 1 to 3 were yet to pay up and if contractors and others were lining up, then why did Kumudini Naik, the mother, commit suicide? Did she even commit suicide? I repeat, the CJM asked, did she even commit suicide? There is no satisfactory answer to this from the prosecution. The reason behind Kumudini Naik's death, the connection with Anvay Naik's death and its link with the 3 accused, this chain has not been completely established. In page 8, point number 19, the judge observes, how was the previous investigation incomplete? What were the shortcomings in it? And why were there shortcomings? There has been no strong reason or evidence from the prosecution over this. and that's why police custody has not been granted. And it says, page number 9.21, as per the existing laws, for the police custody it is necessary to get strong evidence and important material must be recovered from the accused. The evidence with which the accused has to be confronted in police custody has to be with the police. There should be strong evidence. And the judge observed, but the reasons given to demand police custody of the accused show that there is no material with which the accused will be confronted with. The reason mentioned in the remand application are of these nature: email, folder, forensic report, different work orders, list of vendors, etc., bank accounts of the details, 3 companies of the accused, different contracts, work orders, evaluation, financial transaction, debit notes, letters exchanged, financial and business dealings. Applicants' demand for police custody is based on technical reasons and documents. No evidence, I repeat, the judge observed, no evidence has been presented to justify demand for police custody. And it goes into great detail about how from the remand application it appears, without arresting any of the 3 accused, the investigation was started by recording statements of the complainant and witnesses, cross-examination and proceedings under section 164. Remand application shows that the investigation is on a positive direction. While confirming that the investigation is on the right path, investigation officer has said notices have been sent to 28 witnesses, of which 17 have appeared. Laptop and mobile of the deceased have not been sent, have been sent to forensic laboratory. Deceased bank account details have been collected and detailed investigations into financial transaction by analysts is underway. Look at this. When the investigation is progressing with not enough evidence or grounds against the accused to seek police custody, it is not necessary to grant police custody. And in fact, the judge observes, I want to kindly inform that wherever jurisdiction of law is not clear or where there is doubt on the jurisdiction, these orders will be considered only then. When the case is clear, precedents won't help. And goes on to also talk about how prima facie the link between the incident and the connection to the accused cannot be established. Now you're listening to all these observations, Rhythm, and you can interpret them better. The judge says the arrest was illegal, there is no evidence. Then what's going on?
Yes. What's going on is a witch hunt. What's going on is the genesis lying in Palghar. What's going on is, in some case or the other that we've heard from circles, they wanted to target Arnab. And they wanted some case. You know, I also heard why the suicide case was picked up, because they didn't want to give it any religious angle. And that's why the Palghar case was kept aside. They were all trying to deliberate what case can be possibly used. They said, chalo, ye wala pada hai, is wale ko istemal kar lete hain. And that's how this case came into the being. It's almost shocking that the government thinks of the Maharashtra, the state government of Maharashtra and the Mumbai police, they can get away with such kind of incredulous tools at their disposal, because like we've been speaking to the former Solicitor General of India, Mr. Mohan Prasaran, who spoke to us, this is giving a very bad picture of India, not only in India but across the world, when people are viewing what you are doing to an independent journalist who is speaking about your investigation in certain cases. I want to go across to the 11-page order and what she has written in it. She says, as per the existing law for the police custody, it is necessary to get strong evidence. Important material must be recovered from the accused. The evidence with which the accused has to be confronted in the police custody has to be with the police. There has to be strong evidence. But the reasons given to demand police custody show there is no material with which the accused can be confronted with. If this one line is taken, there is no material that the police has to confront Arnab with, then why arrest him? Why no summons? Why suddenly take out a case out of the blue and think that you can get away with this kind of witch hunt in today's independent India? If this is not emergency, if this is not going to a backward law, then what is? She goes on to say the reasons mentioned in the police's remand application are of the nature of an email, of a folder, of a forensic report, of a different work option, list of vendors, bank accounts. She said, and then no evidence has been presented to justify the demand for a police custody. This is not me talking, this is not a Republic reporter talking, but this is the Chief Judicial Magistrate when she's rejecting the police's demand for a 14-day police custody. The police is caught out. Today, viewers, let me tell you, we have an illegal detention hearing at 3 p.m. before the court. The court has chosen to hear us at 3 p.m. but they're also going to be very aware that the CGM has on watching. Something Arnab has been saying for the last few months has to be noted by the government and by the police of Maharashtra also. The police is watching every action. And now it's coming out in noted, not observations, but noted orders of the court. She says there is no evidence from the remand application that appears without arresting any of the accused. The investigation was started by recording statements of the complainant. Then, while confirming the investigation is on the right part, investigation officers send notices. Lawyers of the accused have presented the High Court orders which show that there is no such provision that shows that I need to go ahead and give the demand for police custody.